Today, I'll be talking about the top 5 credit cards for beginners in use 2025, or the best no annual fee cards you can get right now. This is actually a very good list of cards that you can use as your first card, or even if you just want to cut the cord with your current credit card issuer and get a new no annual fee card. These are some great options. Now, if you guys are new here, welcome. We talk all things credit cards and personal finance. So if you like to learn about credit cards and earn free stuff, then make sure to subscribe. All right, so kicking off this list, we have the Bank of America, the unlimited cash rewards for beginners. Now, this card has a pretty good cashback earning structure. You're going to get 3% cash back on grocery store purchases, gas stations, and wholesale clubs, and you're going to get 2% cash back on all other purchases. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple, pretty easy way to earn your cash back. They do have a pretty decent bonus offer right now. If you spend $500 in the first 3 months, you'll get a $200 cash bonus. Now, there are 2 things I really like about this card. The first one is that they don't have a limit on how much cash back you can earn. So unlike some other credit card issuers out there, where they might say, hey, you can only earn $1,000 in rewards or $1,500 in rewards per year with this card, there's no limit. You keep racking up those points and getting yourself some good rewards. And the second thing that I really like about this card is they have a pretty easy redemption process. So let's say you want to redeem your cash back. Well, with this card, it's super easy. You can redeem it for a statement credit, direct deposit into your checking account, or you can redeem it for a gift card. Now, when it comes to negatives for this card, the one negative that I see for this card is that if you happen to carry a balance from month to month, well, this card does charge a pretty high interest rate. So this is definitely not a card that you want to carry a balance on. It is a card that you want to pay off in full every single month. So if you're looking for a card that you can put everything on, your groceries, your gas, your purchases, everything, and then pay it off in full every single month, this is a great option for you. The next card on our list is actually a card that I recommend to a lot of my viewers. It is the Blue Cash Everyday card from American Express. Now, this is one of the most beginner-friendly cards out there because it is so easy to use. If you've never had a credit card before, this is the type of card that I would get. So when it comes to earning this card, it's going to give you 2% cash back on all you supermarket purchases, 3%. Back at U.S. grocery stores on up to $6,000 per year in purchases, and then 1% back on all other purchases. So basically what I like about this card is it covers all the bases. You know, you're going to get that 3% cash back at U.S. grocery stores, but you're also going to get that 2% cash back on all other purchases. So it's a pretty good solid beginner card for someone who is looking to start building their credit, and you want to make sure you take advantage of those grocery savings because they do have a pretty good earning percentage there, and that is something that is capped at $6,000. So once you spend $6,000 at U.S. grocery stores, then you'll only earn 1% cash back instead of 2%. Now, one thing I do like about this card is that it does offer some purchase protection benefits. So things like extended warranty protection, return protection, all of those different things. So you're going to get some extra benefits in case something happens with your purchase. You're going to get 6 months of free in-store and online shopping protection. And one more benefit that I like about this card is that it offers cell phone protection. So you can actually make claims up to $800 for a broken cell phone screen. That's pretty awesome. Now, one downside for this card is that you need to spend $2,000 in purchases within the first 6 months of card membership in order to receive the $200 sign-up bonus. Now, another downside for this card is that it does report to the credit agencies on a monthly basis, which means that if you tend to carry a balance from month to month, it will impact your credit score every single month. Now, another negative for this card is that it does have some international transaction fees. So if you're traveling abroad, you're going to get hit with a 3% foreign transaction fee, which is pretty annoying. But all in all, this is still a pretty good card for beginners. The third card on our list is the Chase Freedom Flex. Now, I think Chase is a really good bank to build your credit with. I think they offer a lot of really good beginner cards that will help you start building your credit. So this is definitely one of those cards. So when it comes to earning, you're going to get 5% cash back on travel purchased through the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal. You're going to get 3% cash back at restaurants, 3% cash back at drugstores, and 1% cash back on all other purchases. Now, what I really like about this card is that you get those 5x points for travel. You can book travel directly through the Chase website. You don't have to worry about any kind of blackout dates. It's very, very easy to use. And if you ever wanted to upgrade to a premium travel card in the future, Chase allows you to downgrade your card. So let us say you got this card as your first card and you start building your credit with it and you want to downgrade it to a Chase Sapphire Reserve or a Chase Sapphire Preferred. You can actually do that. Not all issuers allow you to downgrade your card, but Chase does, which makes them a really good issuer to build your credit with. The fourth card on our list is actually the Capital One Quicksilver one. Now this card is pretty awesome because you don't need a credit history to apply for it. Now, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this card for beginners, but if you have a limited or a low credit history and you're trying to build your credit, this is a pretty good card. You can get approved for it without having a credit history. The other thing I like about this card is that there are no annual fees. So when it comes to earning, you're gonna get 3% cash back on all purchases at grocery stores and 1.5% cash back on all other purchases. Now, the downside for this card is that you do need to spend $500 in the first 3 months to get that $200 bonus. And since you're only getting 1.5% on all other purchases, it's not a card I would recommend keeping long term. It is more of a card I would recommend getting as a stopgap measure while you try to build your credit and work towards getting a better credit card. The fifth card on our list is actually the Discover It Chrome. Now, I like the Discover It Chrome because they have a pretty good sign-up bonus offer. Right now, you can get a $200 bonus when you spend $500 in the first 3 months. What I also like about this card is that they have rotating categories each quarter where you can earn 5% cash back. Those rotating categories can include gas stations, grocery stores, restaurants, all sorts of different places. So you can actually take advantage of those higher earning categories, even though it is a small window. Now, when it comes to downsides for this card, the first downside is that you're only getting 1% cash back on all other purchases. So it's not a card that I would recommend keeping long term. As more of a card I would recommend getting for that sign-up bonus, and then maybe keeping it around for those rotating categories. But otherwise downgrading it to one of Discover's other no annual fee cards. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Make sure to subscribe and check out the rest of my content. I have a lot of videos on credit cards, banking, and personal finance. So make sure to check it out. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.